It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. Off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we not talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. And people make you shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo.
Man of the masses.
Thank you.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live, and as usual, share the broadcast. Thank you. Facebook is down. WhatsApp is down. Instagram is down. And we have YouTube. We have Twitter. And we also have diasporaradiointernational.com, places you can still continue to listen to Maiyegun. And if you are joining me today because you are coming from Facebook, well, it is better you subscribe. This is what we still have for now. It's like the whole world is going on a meltdown. Cornflakes for Jihad. Cornflakes, Boko Haram. It's a pandemic. Boko Haram himself, Gumi, and the rest of them. The connections they have. And then I begin to ask myself, when you look around you and you see a southerner who is defending this nefarious terrorism of these guys, and you ask yourselves, what is their motivation? If you are from the southern Nigeria and you're watching my video tonight, my message tonight is mainly for you and people like you. What is your motivation for one Nigeria with all of these exposés coming out every day? What is your motivation? When you talk about having conversation, a country, listen, right? A country is a country when the people who own the power, who actually holds the power, are allowed to exercise such power, not those who are holding the power in trust for them, the political class, or whatever capacity you find yourself, right? Conversation should be the order of the day in an organized country, not violence, brutality, crudity, and so many other bloodletting like you have in Nigeria. The government that cannot talk to the people, the government, the oppositions, and the leaders that cannot talk among themselves. Tribes, ethnic nationalities that cannot sit down together and have a chat about where are we going? Where exactly are we going? That such country is doomed, just like Nigeria is doomed. Then I ask you, as a southerner, people came, they said, let us restructure this country. Restructure this country so that everybody can have whatever they want to have. You want a Sharia? Sure, you can have it. As long as you are not going to be funding your Sharia with money made from those you call the infidels. Restructure. They said, no, we won't do that. People said, this constitution, they said, we, the people of Nigeria, we have come together under this constitution, blah, 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 blah. When did we come together? Never. We never came together to make any constitution. There was never any referendum that ever gave credibility or gave sovereignty to that book handed over to you by Abdusalami Abubakar. Now, people said, you need to get rid of this, you need to get rid of this piece of paper. It has been the bane, the cause of all the abuse of power, the corruption, the ethnic cleansing, the genocide, the everything that has happened in that country. Get rid of it now, or else more people are going to be killed, and those who are supposed to protect them are going to continue to see the citizens as enemies. So they said, no, we won't do that. How about you let people control their resources and people do their own thing their own way, and you can do whatever you want as well? No, we won't do that. What about the federal character? Honoring it means that it calls for inclusion. And if you continue to alienate the federal character in running this kind of a country, you are going to have a trouble. They say, well, so be it. We're not going to do that. Until people come to realize that it has become Fulanization, Northernization, Islamization, and every other station you can attach to it. And that's where we are today. A place of total no return, where those in authority, those who are supposed to be your leaders, those who are supposed to see through your bleeding, are continually protecting those who are cutting you, macheting you, bleeding you. Because it's not a country. Then I ask you as a southerner, after reading about the Cornflakes and Boko Haram, what is that your motivation for one Nigeria? You must have something that motivates you, that still tells you that people like us are wrong. Let me take it a bit by bit to let you know how much of this is no longer a secret anymore. What we have left is just the people who are living in denial. The denial of the possibility of how true this can actually be, or how true this is indeed. It is too much for them to take in. What they did to Nigeria using religion is so unforgivable, even for you who believed them until now. It is unforgivable because they took advantage of so many things that eventually led to the untimely death of not just tens of thousands. I'm talking about tens in their millions now. since this whole thing started, since 1955. 1955, when this Eritrean called Nasreddin came into Jos, that is not even northern Nigeria. Jos, 1955, a year after the Yorubas began the process of self-determination. 1954. 5 years after that, Nigeria gained independence. And the journey to what you have today started. I wasn't born then. You weren't born then. Most of us were not alive then. Then they used religion to start the recruitment of young people indoctrinated into a religion that will later call a religious doctrine that will later come back 50 years after. In fact, 60 years after, to become what you and me are now talking about today. They used religion, the manipulation that came with it. They introduced taqiyya, the taqiyya that makes them get involved in governance until they change the government to what they believe is the will of their Allah. That is unacceptable and should be unacceptable to every reasonable mind. You know why? It hasn't brought any development. This ideology didn't bring any development, any progress. It brought ruins, underdevelopment, poverty, and death. That then brings us to where we are today. It is no longer the problem of 1950, right? It is the problem of the 21st century that puts you and me in danger of our own lives. And why? Because we are still part of Nigeria. Let me say this to you. As a Southerner, know this and know peace. In 1957, at the Lancaster Conference, or what is it called, in London, when the motion finally was moved for the independence of Nigeria, like fully, and 3 years later, that Nigeria became independent, this is what happened. The arrangement was that those who are managing the northern Nigeria can do whatever they think they are doing to progress and prosper their people for the future. Those who are controlling and ruling the eastern Nigeria can do what they think is right for their people, make the laws, do what you think is right. And for us, the Yoruba people, same. They didn't go into a Nigeria. They went into a union with an arrangement, an agreement that you respect your boundary, I respect mine. That boundary was broken in 1966. That was when this idea of one Nigeria came to be. And when Nigeria went to war, the genocide of the Igbos in 1967, in order to entrench this fraud, that remember, those who stood to benefit from the arrangement of one Nigeria were those who were in Mecca in 1955, talking about how to bring about this today's terrorism that has now enveloped the rest of you. Those who will benefit from one Nigeria, were those coming from this mentality, this ideology. But remember, the arrangement was, if it was going to be Sharia North, let it be Sharia North. But don't let it cross the border. Don't bring that ideology to bear on the rest of the country, because this union has an agreement that everyone must respect. But the moment they broke it, they dragged us into it. And they created states to demarcate us instead of who we were, the regions that we knew we were, who we were. They started cutting it. 12 states, 21 states, then 24 states, then 36 states. And who stand to benefit from that? The people who believe that Cornflakes and Jihad, they are like 5 and 6. And the very creative way they played it is that their children won't even eat the cornflakes. Do you know that? Those that are going to eat the cornflakes, the cereals, are mostly from the southern Nigeria. How do you then get this across to them to fund terrorism? Is by uniting them under one force. The force of the caliphate. 1966. That changed everything. There are some of you today from southern Nigeria are possibly defending, having no clue how it came to be. Then when they took over power, they started imposing the Sharia ideologies on the rest of the country. Then it became federal government, federal system of government. One person somewhere can give that order. It doesn't matter those who are actually engineering him from the behind, right? They've managed to bring together a bigger platform. So why can't we just spread the ideology wider now? The idea was to ensure that northern Nigeria is exactly what Chad is exactly what Mali is exactly what Niger is exactly what all these places are. But that changed in 1966 when they grabbed a bigger platform that include where you come from as a southerner. And they said, listen, what is now wrong if the same Nigeria that was a product of a product of negotiation, where the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Hausas, were all the 3 major ethnic nationalities in Nigeria, that they said they are major by population. They came together and agreed that you hold your side. Sadauno, you will hold your side. Me, Awolowo, I'm going to hold my side. You, Azikiwe, go and hold your side. That was the arrangement. Then any of you who could possibly pull the stunt to put most of their members in the parliament in Lagos, who appoint the prime minister, who appoint the prime minister. That was the arrangement to parliamentary system of government. Whatever they are doing in the north, whether na Sharia, whether na anything, na their business with that. Whatever they are doing in the east, well, you know what I mean? Now their business with that. Be that. Until 1966. So if any uncle or any daddy or any auntie tells you that Nigeria unity is not negotiable, he or she is talking from the experience of ignorance or selective amnesia. And it is deliberate. Nigeria is a product of negotiation. And when people said, listen, it be like say we don't mix this whole thing up. Which one is open grazing for Fulani herdsmen? What is this? What is all this nonsense about this and that? Listen, we are mixing it up. You know what? I think this idea, and now let me before I even get to that, let me remind you that managing your own affair means everybody they manage your own affair. Whether you run into debt or you run into surplus in your region, that's your business. If they run into debt in northern Nigeria, it doesn't concern us. It doesn't concern us in western Nigeria. The Yoruba people, we run our own business our way. Whether they run into debt or whether we run into debt in Yoruba land, it wasn't a business of the Igbos. They were minding their businesses too. That was the arrangement. It's not supposed to concern anybody until 1966. When they suspended regional system of government and they imposed federal system of government that now says we are all one Nigerians. Whether you are from the east, whether you are from the west, whether you are from the south, whether you are from the north, whether you are from anywhere, you are all Nigerians. And that's it. No other explanation. No other explanation. And since we are all Nigerians, yeah, we are going to share all our mysteries together now. We are going to share the poor leadership together now. We're going to share in the insecurity together now. We're going to share in the economic strangulation and destruction together now. We're going to share in all of this together now. I mean, we've never shared any prosperity together, have we? There was never any time Nigeria had prosperity that trickled down to those who claim to be Nigerians. That moment they changed it was the moment we lost our identities as who we truly were before going into an arrangement of Nigeria. And that fraud is what they have been trying to force on you and me for years. So you'll be wondering, if people say, oh, go to hell, this government is terrible, this government is... Why should you kill them? Why? People are never going to say yes to you. They are still citizens because you are governor or you are president or you are the, what do you call it? You are general in the army or you are whoever you are. That person holding a placard saying, I don't believe in you, to hell with you. Why should you kill him or her? The reason is because according to them, from 1966, they have stolen your identity. They have stolen my identity. They have given us one that we have been battling with. We can't define it. They say we are Nigerians. We are Nigerians. But guess what? You are a Nigerian when you get out there and you get told who you truly are. Those who will define you. Then you begin to struggle, explaining. No. That is not me. No. I am from Yoruba land. No. I'm an Igbo man. You know what I mean? That is the identity crisis that Nigeria brought upon you. And that has never breeded any patriotism. Have you noticed that? When Awolowo and Action Group were in charge of Western Nigeria, it wasn't that the entire Yoruba land 100% supported Awolowo and the Action Group. No. That's not the truth. Awolowo and his own political group were only able to repeatedly win the majority votes in Yoruba land at the time. There was strong political opposition to them. And the moment they gained power, they left politics for governance. The people, the patriotism in Yoruba people, even those who didn't like Awolowo or like any one of his what have you, when they brought policies, because people have identity, we had identity, right? Patriotism was not forced. It was earned. We voluntarily, our forebearers voluntarily gave their patriotism to Yoruba land. How did I know that? Awolowo didn't have money to process, to execute free education in Yoruba land when he muted it and they activated it in Yoruba land. There were no schools. There were no schools. There were no teachers. There were no books. But he muted the idea. We need free education. We need free education. and the number of schools, we need to do a mass recruitment and recruitment of our children and begin to recruit teachers too. And like magic, people were donating, they were volunteering their homes. Yorubas were giving their houses. Like, come and use my house for school. Early schools in Yoruba land, apart from those that were built by the missionaries then, before the Awolowo's emergence, right? Early school in the free education in Yoruba land, those properties, those houses that became schools that many of us went to later in life, right? They were houses donated by people. I give you my house. Take it. That's patriotism. That is no longer existing in what they make you want to see as Nigeria. Because you know why? The moment they said, we are one Nigeria, bring all of us together, it became a bazaar. A bazaar that became Turn by Turn Nigeria Limited. It became like, if I get the opportunity, if now my time, if I get my own chance, I go do this, I go do that. There was no longer patriotism towards Nigeria they want to build anymore. And that's why we got to where we are. Patriotism lost. Identity lost. Crisis of who we are is now what you are battling with. And I'm asking you, with what you have seen so far, with what you have witnessed so far, with those who have proved to you again and again that Nigeria was not put together to better you, what is your motivation? I'm asking you now, what is your motivation for one Nigeria as a Southerner? Where historically did you think you got that motivation from, that Nigeria must succeed, Nigeria must this, Nigeria must that? Where did you get that motivation from? Have you asked yourselves? Where? From 1966. That is where your inspiration is coming from. When you see people say, we want Biafra, they are not wrong. They are not wrong. The reason why your history says they are wrong is because they killed them for asking for the same thing 50 years ago. And you know why they were able to do that? Was because of 1966 that changed who we are. I don't know if I'm making any sense to you at all. Am I? I want to believe I am. Or maybe not yet. Somebody came out to give us the background of how those who are sponsoring terrorism and funding terrorism in Nigeria today, that they didn't start yesterday. They didn't discover it yesterday. It is an ideology that it doesn't matter how rich or how educated they are. Once they pass through that indoctrination, they believe they are the most patient of all. If it's going to take them 100 years, it can be sustained as long as their ideology is never watered down. And somebody came out and he said, listen, guys, would you please stop pretending that you don't have an idea of those sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria? Let me give you an idea of what terrorism has done to you and to Nigeria generally. Maybe that would then make sense to you. Before 1960, we were not just governing ourselves. We were protecting ourselves. We had our own prison system as Yoruba, Western region. We had our own local police. For those who were alive at that time, they would tell you, but history never lies. We had our own court system, traditional court system, to resolve disputes from the primary stage before they ever get to become problematic. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a working system. It wasn't perfect, but it was good enough to propel us among nations that would likely emerge as one of the best, one of the brightest, one of the fastest growing in Africa, despite being part of a union called Nigeria. We were called Western region. We became first on many things. We could do everything by ourselves. We were meant to be great. Yes, we went into an arrangement that gave us our liberty as a people, but that was taken away from us in 1966. And then they forced us into a union that says we are Nigerians, whether we like it or not. And that is non-negotiable. That's a twist. Now, we that could protect ourselves, we are no longer allowed to do that. Even in the face of these rampant, incessant aliens that are invading us, we are no longer allowed to protect ourselves. Trust me, we are no longer allowed. Sadly, we have also been crippled economically by the limitation placed before us after Nigeria dragged us into taking everything away from us and turned us into beggarly people that have to rely on whatever they give to us from Abuja. We were not supposed to be like that, guys. We were not supposed to be like that. We are the people, Yoruba people, that had television before France. France is a colonial master, for goodness sake. Our people saw television first before the people of France, the entire people of France. Yoruba people, we saw television first. We were supposed to be great. We were supposed to be great. But Nigeria happened to us. Our son stood up and said, let us protect our people. Before the advent of Nigeria, there was Yoruba. In fact, there were Yoruba kingdoms. People who are independent, princely, and honorable. We were warriors. We fought ourselves to establish our own what do you call it? Our own different. I mean, our own supremacies among ourselves. We fought ourselves to be who we are, and we fight together to ward off those who might want to take a chance of the crack between us. We fight together. That is who we are. That is the history I read. That is the Yoruba I know. That is the Yoruba I am. That is the Yoruba you are. Before Nigeria happened to you. But they turned us. They turned everything. Look at us today. Beggarly. Nigerian army said we can't protect ourselves. We will be called terrorists. We can't protect ourselves anymore. We can't even talk anymore without being shot at, killed in a country that we were supposed to be stakeholders. We were supposed to be stakeholders. We were not supposed to be, in fact, we were supposed to be real stakeholders here. But I can't talk, I'll be arrested. By who? By those whose ideology was to give me cornflakes and make my own parents pay over the years in what has now come up to be the recruitment cell for terrorism in Nigeria and in Africa generally. Ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing that Nigeria did to us other than betrayal. Nigeria betrayed us. And don't fight for someone that betrays you. Those with the ideology of terrorism took over power. They forced that idea on us and they continue to terrorize us. They killed 5 million Igbos. That is a campaign of terror. That is terror. But rather than them to get punished, they were rewarded. Every one of them that participated in the genocide was rewarded. They turned Nigeria into a terror country without all of you noticing, without all of us noticing until now. Today, our economy is in shambles, ruined. Our young people, educated, graduates, unemployed, jobless, most of them unemployable. They destroyed the education system, something that could have been our own, the greatest legacy we've got. When the rest were figuring out how they are going to deal with their people, Yorubas were already training their people. We're not just training. We're not just training our people, educating our people, we're educating other people's children too in Yoruba land at the time. And if you look at some of my Igbo brothers and sisters, they will tell you that their parents who benefited in education, as the early people who got educated, they will tell you Yoruba land played a role in their lives. No joke. That's who we were. Great people. Then Nigeria happened to us. How do you think I should feel as a Yoruba man, as a Southerner, today, defending those who brought a death upon us? And when you say these things, they automatically changed it for you. And they say it's because you hate us. Hello, I don't know you. I shouldn't even know you. Listen, the blackmail of one Nigeria. See, we have people from Ghana. Ghanaians, the Africans. When I meet Ghanaians, I feel like I'm meeting my brother. When I meet Cameroonians, I feel like I'm seeing a brother. When I meet Guineans, when I meet Zambians, when I meet South Africans, when I meet all these guys, you know why I respect them? Because I know who they are. Who the goddamn hell is you? Who are you from northern Nigeria to think that me standing up to say ban open grazing, arrest those criminals, those terrorists must never be allowed to cross the border of Yoruba land, and you from Zamfara or wherever you come from automatically think I hate you for stopping terrorists who are killing people thousands of kilometers away from you? I mean, come on. That is disrespectful. And that is what Nigeria brought upon us. It is disrespectful for you to think me as a Yoruba man who used to be so independent doesn't have to care about what is going on in Zamfara or whatever name you give to yourself or whatever Nigeria gave to you. I don't have to care about all of that. But Nigeria happened and forced me to have to get to see you. And you think me talking about protecting myself in Yoruba land from those who cross the desert to yours and to ours makes me hate you? That's disrespectful. Completely disrespectful. And that is what Nigeria is. Very, very disrespectful. It'll take everything from you. I would respect you if your region is called Nigeristan. And I don't give a damn about that. Whatever name you want to give to yourself. Arewa zone, whatever. I will respect you because you know why? You will respect me too. You won't the goddamn cross to my border and say because you are who? What? Fulani who have no place, right? Cross your border and come to Yoruba land. Can you then cross your border with your cows into South Africa? Can you? Of course you won't dare. It is called respect. That is what Nigeria doesn't have. And that is why Nigeria needs to break up. The idea of one Nigeria they sold to you is a fraud. It doesn't exist. That is why it is not working. It's called respect. If I'm going to come to Kano, if Kano is part of Nigeristan, it's the same way I have to be careful if I want to go to Chad. Come on, man. Blackmailing people because of Nigeria is now old. Bullying people to take the hard line or to take the soft line of, okay, maybe we should just pray to God. It's no longer working. And this is why Nigeria has gotten to a stage whereby you can no longer lie to yourselves, okay? And what the damages they have done, they are pretty much irreversible. Don't lie to yourself. Don't let anybody tell you that. I was reading in the paper. I was reading online just earlier today, and Adeboye, Baba Gio of Redeem, was talking about that God told him that terrorism will soon end in Nigeria. I was like, that is very, very untrue. It is deceitful. It is manipulative. And it is pretty much like giving false hope. And that is very, very wrong. When I read that, I was like, oh, you don't just tell people that something is just going to disappear. It's not what you do anyway. Don't worry. Pray to God. It will disappear. Come on. I have told you many times that one of the things you have to learn to understand is the fact that you don't wish a problem away and you don't pray a problem away. That is not to put to question your faith. I've told you many times, your faith is your faith. Stretching your faith to do what man should do, to ask God to do what man should do, is like stretching your faith. And that way will make you become faithless soon. And probably your faith will begin to, if you are smart, you will begin to put your own faith into question, right? God will not do what man should do. Because you see, the reason why some people will say they don't believe there is God is because of people like this. Adeboye in 2016, I won't forget, many of them like that. They told us, they said, God said he was going to end Boko Haram by 2017. I won't forget that. Some of us said, hey, he don't start to, he don't the yarn dust to. Adeboye, he don't the yarn dust, he don't the talk rubbish again. Oh. Maiyegun don't say that. That is a man of God. Say, Baba, yeah, farabalẹ̀ software, kò ní ragbá fún wa, Adeboye, tó bá jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ṣe rí o. Kò ní ragbá fún gbogbo yín papọ̀. I said, Otibe, it's in yarn dust too. Because we know those who are sponsoring terrorism. We know those who are backing and shielding them. And you can't wish that away. Yes, they use them, politics, pastors, and then clerics, politics, religion, pastors, and the rest of that, right? They use them to calm your nerve, to make you think somebody is going to do the job for you, is going to do the fighting for you. Then when it didn't do the job, they will say, it is your faith. Your faith is not strong. You all need to pray harder. You need to fast. You need to do, they will ask you to do more. When that didn't happen again, they will say, but God told me that he was going to, Baba. See, people will not believe in God. We want those who even want to believe in God. Will they believe in God? So he came out today and he said, terrorism will soon end in Nigeria. I was like, 2017, that was 4 years ago. You told us that God told you that he was going to expose those who are sponsoring terrorism and he was going to end it in Nigeria. Blah, 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 nonsense. See, listen, you don't wish something to go away. And this is why. You have those who knows how the funding goes and moves to those who are coming to commit all these killings, right? So if you cut the source, those boys will not get their supplies anymore. When they don't get their supplies anymore, yeah, they will begin to scatter and scatter and scatter and scatter, yeah. And some of them, when they are running away, you begin to get them. Now, that can give you a timeline and say, we are cutting off their source of funding today. Okay? We're going after them. Seriously. Right? Whatever they have right now for those boys, they can continue to use it. Now, we're going to end this war in 1 year. We're going to clean up all these places in 1 year. So, first, let's go after those who are funding them. If you don't go after those who are funding them, you are just wasting your time. And here we are. Somebody who knows that is asking you to go and pray to somebody you did not vote for, why those you voted for continue to take pictures with this terrorist sponsor who go to the seat of power? So when your president say, oh, they have killed 200 people in Kano, they are in Kaduna, and the Boko Haram come out and say, we are going to deal with them. We are going to arrest all the perpetrators. We are going to jail, blah, 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 blah. The following day, the terrorist sponsor, they walk into Aso Rock and they sit together. They take pictures for all of you because they are your respected religious leaders. And then closed door, they started laughing. They will start laughing. They say, those boys did a very wonderful job in Kaduna last night. They wanted to have small problem. I called Colonel Umoru. I said, Colonel Umoru, you need to send the fighter jet and shoot at those soldiers who are fighting those boys. Is that not what you think they'll be saying? They'll be doing? So won't that then put you and God in a bit of a disagreement? If for those of you who actually have faith and you have your relationship with your God, you know how you talk to God, as you are. I'm talking about, you see, not all of us get that kind of faith, okay? And that's why I respect everyone. I just don't like to be fooled like that, or to be played like that, or to be made to look like a fool like that. Like the way the Adeboye and the gang always want to make people look. And they have a large number of foolish people who believe them, by the way. You know why? Because they manipulate them through what they know they cherish most, their faith. You don't want to insult God? Or you don't want to get punished by God? I don't want God but Maiyegun, watch your mouth. People don't say that to me much anymore because it's like they've realized that except they are calling on their Nigerian God that punishes people they don't like. It be like, say, this Maiyegun, nothing can happen to him. Nothing can happen to him. They don't say that to me anymore because you know why? They are beginning to see and listen better. That only Nigerian God punishes people. Only Nigerian God make you suffer so that he can prove to you that he exists. Only Nigerian God will make your life miserable just to show to others that he is God and he is alive, he's powerful. Nigerian God. And the same Nigerian God can only punish poor people. The only time the poor are happy and say, I tell you, God, this God, don't they sleep, is when something bad happened to the rich or the politician. They say, we tell you, see, all of this thing, God will, Nigerian God, fake God. For those of you who believe and strongly believe in God, you know God is not that kind of magician. God is not magician, right? Oh, God, I want you to change this can of iron brew. Change it to Jack Daniel for me. And then you close your eyes and say, then you say, oh, that's Jack Daniel. No, God is no magician. Oh, God, please touch the heart of Boko Haram so that our president can have fear of God. Our president can do the right thing. Our president you are deceiving yourself, man. That is manipulative. God should just touch the heart of this minister so that they can do power. We can have power. That is deceitful. And it is manipulative too. Because God doesn't build roads. God doesn't build hospitals. God doesn't build schools. God doesn't fight terrorists. You need guns. Real one to fight terrorists. And you need to cut terrorist funding. If you don't do that, you can pray from January to December. You are deceiving yourself and your fake Nigerian God. And that is where we draw the line. Like, don't put a wool over my eyes. Don't tell me Boko Haram will end. Don't tell me God told you that Boko Haram. Stop that rubbish. And let people pay attention to what is going on. The sponsor of terrorism are in government in Nigeria. Simple and simplicity. And as long as they have it, as long as Nigeria exists, you will have to live with this. Now, the choice is yours. It is not God's choice. Do you see the difference? They deliberately weaponized poverty in Nigeria. southern Nigeria alone can feed the entire northern Nigeria, plus the entire people in Chad, plus the entire people in Mali, Niger, and we'll still keep some money to look around for whoever needs help again, if we are in charge of our own affair and our destiny. The people of Eastern Nigeria can open up their own ports, open up trade, open up prosperity, development that has never been seen ever within a short period of time, if you let them have their own country. Same with anyone who wants to have theirs. You know why? It has been proved. It has been proven that the reason why we are where we are right now with Nigeria is because of all these jihadi criminals who have always been in charge of that country for a very long time. Since that time, they've been making those decisions. Our schools are now terrible. Our hospitals are now in deplorable states. Our roads are now death trap. And then, in fact, our communities are no longer habitable because we are now at the mercy of killer herdsmen that cannot even be fought. Wade off. You can't defend yourself. Talk less of, trying to fight to kill them. That is not good. No, it's not. And that is like being condemned perpetually to something that kills you while you pretend to be alive. That is what they have done to us in Yoruba land. They took everything. We let them take everything. Today, their only message for us, their only hope for us is their message of fear. If you try this, we are going to deal with you. Boko Haram came out. You as a Southerner, Boko Haram came out and he said he knows the sponsor, those who are sponsoring Yoruba Nation and those who are sponsoring Biafra. He specifically mentioned Oloye Sunday Igboho and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I'm like, what is going on? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not kill anybody. No. You can't say, oh, that's the person killed by Nnamdi Kanu. You can't even say you have seen Nnamdi Kanu with a razor blade, and you see him holding something that is tearing with razor blade. Talk less of seeing him with a knife, or talk less of seeing him with a gun. But Nigeria wants you to believe that he is dangerous. Oloye Sunday Igboho was organizing rallies that are peaceful enough to make these people uncomfortable. They want you to believe it's dangerous. And Boko Haram could pronounce Nnamdi Kanu. He could pronounce Igboho. But guess what? He couldn't pronounce Nasreddin. He couldn't pronounce NASCO Cornflakes. He couldn't pronounce Izala movement. He couldn't pronounce Miyetti Allah. He couldn't pronounce Fulani terrorist. He couldn't even mention the Boko Haram, who he himself is their grandfather, the grand patron. And you, a Southerner, a Yoruba man, a Negbo man, you are really up there, jumping up and down, believing that Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB are dangerous enough to do what they said they are doing in Eastern Nigeria today. You believe that, Abi? I mean, Boko Haram told you that they are dangerous, and you believe him. Fulani terrorists are not dangerous. They are not terrorists, no. Boko Haram are not dangerous, no. they set up the Eastern Nigeria. Don't let them win. Please don't let them win. It's true. IPOB said there will be no election. And yes, there will be no election in Eastern Nigeria if they don't want an election to happen there. Somebody brought something to my attention, and I started seeing that in Nigeria media today, where IPOB are asking the Yorubas to join in the 1 month sit at home. Oh, thank God, I remember this. And I'm glad I remember. I have always wanted to talk about this. People have asked me personally, Maiyegun, the Yorubas should join the sit at home. We should ask all the South should join so that we can all stay away and the rest of that. And I'm like, how we wish. But I'm going to give you some explanation tonight to help you understand some certain things. And this is not actually to discredit what you have achieved as Biafrans and as IPOB. We are enthralled. We are really, really inspired. But let me give you an idea of Yoruba people, the Yoruba land. There is no homogeneous Yoruba to start with. And secondly, there is never any real majority of any group in Yoruba land, politically, religiously, or what have you. And the reason is this: we don't follow the same doctrine on everything, on anything so easily. Biafrans have been forced to share a destiny after Nigeria attacked you. You have a reason. You have something that can make anyone get convinced to sacrifice, even if it's just going to be a day, for any cause that has to do with the Biafrans. We haven't. In Yoruba land, our rivalry is within us. We have fought wars among ourselves. We don't see anyone giving a command that is generally like over there. No, there's nothing like that in Yoruba land. There is always this belief that no Yoruba can order any Yoruba around. So to have a political figure that will be so respected and the Yorubas will comply with his order, I can say this to you right now, that even as good, as popular as that Yoruba person can be, it will barely manage to have maybe 25 to 30% effect. And even that 25-30% influence is not even total. That's who Yorubas are. So most of the time, what Yoruba does is that we build coalition among those tribes using politics, religion, tribal conversation, and so many other things. So, but for our own Igbo brothers and sisters, Biafra happened. You all fought together. Many families lost their relatives. And I'm saying, I've been told there is no household in Biafra land that did not lose 1 or 2 people from their family toward the Nigerian genocide in 1967 to 1970. You have imbibed the culture of honoring your fallen heroes a day every year. That culture of everybody obeying is even voluntary. Do you see the difference? So don't let anybody come to you and say, or get annoyed or get angry that people are not dancing to that tune of Yorubas sitting at home. Do you get me now? But it is a progressive thing. I'm not saying we won't get there, but don't put the cart before the horse, right? And don't think, why can't they just do it? I've just told you why they can't do it. If I give the order today and say, we should sit at home, you know, it's in Yoruba land. Who is that person? Who is he? I say, it's Maiyegun General. I say, okay. Who is his father? He's the Badero. You see all those Badero, the Naira pool, Naira hotel, Naira this, Naira that, yeah? He's from that family. Where are they not Ijebus? Yeah, they are Ijebus. So Ijebu, an Ijebu person is giving an order to me. Me. That's who we are. I'm sorry. Right? Sorry, is there anybody disturbing you? Please, I'm sorry, yeah. Please don't disturb my friends, okay? Don't make my friends get angry. If they complain, I'll get rid of you. Please don't disturb my friends, all right? That is who we are. Omo tani babae. Ibo ló ti wá. Omo náà pàṣẹ, àṣẹ fún tani. That's who Yorubas are. And in most cases, we love to be persuaded, to be pampered. You know, Yorubas will follow you anywhere. If they can see through you that, number one, you are not trying to order them around. Hey, we are going to shut all the market tomorrow. Sorry, okay? People said Kevin. Kevin. I haven't seen Kevin. So, Kevin, can you please just say I? You have my attention now, okay? Kevin, do you mind? Just say I, Maiyegun, and I will see you, please. Kevin, okay, Oda Pe want to fún mi ní orúkọ ẹ̀ gangan. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n lọ wá Kevin. I'll be back. Kevin. I'll go check for Kevin. Guys, give me a break. I even need a drink. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So don't worry, Kevin won't disturb you again, guys. Kevin can still watch, but he won't disturb you again. All right. And if you see any other person, any other stray dog that comes into your midst, please call the dog catcher. All right. We have them in your midst. Just shout out, okay? Raise alarm. We'll get rid of any dog that strays into this midst tonight. Okay. So I was talking about why Yorubas may not sit at home now. Okay. I'm not giving you excuses. I'm giving you facts. You may not find it kind of impressive, but well, it is what it is. If anybody tells you, except anybody wants to come and disgrace himself, and I'm not going to probably do that, right? There's no template for it. And the reason why people won't listen to you is because we are not Biafrans yet. Look at what they did to us when they killed 2 people in Oloye Sunday Igboho's house. Those are the things. The moment they attacked Oloye Sunday Igboho, have you seen the surge in people's involvement in Yoruba nation struggle worldwide now? Have you seen that? Yeah? Yes, that's who Yorubas are. Once they did that to us, people are now saying that this is going to be a journey of no return. They are never coming back from this, right? Now, we might get to that stage too and say, well, you know what? October 1st, Yoruba land, sit at home, and that will happen. But it's not going to happen now. And I've just told you why, right? So we prefer that those who undermine us, those who kind of who pretend that we are not what we are capable of doing, right? They are about to leave to regret that. I have to say that here now, okay? Yes, it is getting to a point whereby those who are the political players in Yoruba land, they are also following us. They are following us. And why? If you look at some of their actions, the only thing they have not done now is just to say Yorubas are not part of Nigeria anymore. Many of the steps they are taking now have shown that even though they haven't declared that, right? These guys are going to push them to that. They said it is a gang up against the North. For the Southern Nigeria to say they want to keep their own VAT. For the Southern Nigeria to say they want the presidency. That is a gang up, and they are not going to take it lightly. So you see those who don't believe us, those who don't agree with us, right? Even if they are pretending not to be listening to us, they are going to arrive at the same point that we have been for a while back now. Because the people they are playing with, they can see through. As we speak today in Nigeria, what the political class have done for the people today has made it like the North versus the South, right? And when you meet a Northerner, when you see the Northerner anywhere, right, he believes that the South hates him. Do you understand that now? That is the impression that they hated us. And that is the impression they're going to take into your 2023 charade they are planning for you, right? And nobody's going to support anybody that hates them. You, the Southerner, are saying, this North have done enough damages. The power needs to return to you. Now, there people believe that the power is returning. Power returning to the South is like a death sentence for them. What does that tell you? It tells you that last, everybody go they go dig well inside the in between them, last, and everybody will go on his own. So you as a Southerner, I'm asking you, what is motivating you still defending Nigeria? Some of you love to blame other people for your problems. And we have many people like that in Yoruba land. It's a shame that in this day and time, with technology and information availability today, educated people still want to use the old, crude, manipulative way to continue to shift blame for what is purely your responsibility, my responsibility. I'm a Yoruba man, and I say this, that a Fulani man is not my enemy. A Fulani woman is not my enemy. An Hausa man is not my enemy. An Hausa woman is not my enemy. An Igbo man is not my enemy. And an Igbo woman is not my enemy. Everyone from every part of Nigeria is not my enemy. And I don't see them as one, right? The reason why I don't see them as one is because we are actually all victims of a rigged system. There are those who have been manipulating and taking advantage of it. Continue to do so in my name, in your name, in your name, in your name. Because and then when they do that, among other things they use as identity politics. They come by to say, I'm a Muslim. Are you a Muslim? I'm a Muslim too. I say, yeah, nice one. So I'm a pastor. I'm a Christian. I say, oh, he's a pastor. He's a man of God. Oh, thank you so much. Bless you, Jesus. Blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, they don't have any. They don't have tribe. They don't have religion. They don't have political party. They don't have any political ideology. They don't have nothing. But you do. You want to have them. So what did they do? They took advantage of that. And me as a Yoruba man, I believe that the reason why Yoruba land is what Yoruba land is today is because those who claim to be representing me or to be fighting for me in what is supposed to be a project Nigeria. Project Nigeria should be everyone's project, not a Fulanization project, not Islamization project, not Hausanization project, or whatever Indianization you want to put to it. None of those. It should be a Nigerian project where everybody comes together and say, this is my part in it. I'm a stakeholder. But those who went there in my name, they came back with the worst deal that put me and my people in today's precarious situation we found ourselves in Yoruba land, that we can't even feed ourselves. We can't clothe ourselves. We cannot house ourselves. We cannot protect ourselves. That is what the deal, those who claim to represent me in Project Nigeria from 1960, this is what they brought upon me. So why should I hate an Hausa man for it? Why should I hate an Fulani man for it? Why should I hate an Igbo man for it? When a Yoruba man that went there in my name failed to actually fight for what will be my own interest. So I said, I'm not going to shift blame. I'm not going to shift the blame to anybody else. I'm not looking into those who claim to be representing me. And that's why we're not sparing them too. They were those who allowed Boko Haram to do this to us. They were those who allowed Boko Haram gang to do this to us. If they didn't let them, if they have fought for us, even if they got killed fighting for us, we would have celebrated them so that you and me, we will not face what we are facing right now as part of Nigeria. If those who claim to be fighting for me, that is where the likes of Tifnumbu and gang don't move me. They don't impress me. They will never impress me. Because why? It's been 21 years. The best they could get for Yoruba land is what you have there now. Is what you have there now. Whatever you see in Yoruba land today, that is the best those who lead Yoruba land could get for us in 22 years of democracy. So why should I blame a Fulani man when those who brought us there are still telling me and you that Nigeria cannot break? We have to stay together. Why should I blame a Fulani man then? Now, if you are an Igbo man, put yourself in that same picture. Whatever you see today in Igbo land, whatever marginalization, underdevelopment, or even the killings you are seeing in Igbo land today are as a result of the bad negotiation that those who claim to be Igbos, political players, religious players, businessmen, businesswomen, and the rest of them, the youth, all of them, the best deal they could bring to the Eastern Nigeria is what you have in Igbo land today. A Hausa man is not to be blamed. A Fulani man is not to be blamed. A Yoruba man is not to be blamed if you actually look inward. You know why? Because if those who claim to be representing you fought a good fight, this won't happen to us. Which also brings us back to the same point. That if they have, what is inspiring you? What is inspiring you for one Nigeria? Tell me as a Southerner. Tell me. There must be something you want to fight for. There must be something worthy of fighting for. Is it the identity crisis you want to fight for one Nigeria? Or the foundation of terrorism that Nigeria actually is? Or what exactly would you like to fight and die for and join them to crucify your brothers and believe all their lies and stories. I mean, take a look at this. I told people, I said, call them unknown, this or no, whatever you want to call them in Eastern Nigeria. I still 100% believe that those who are perpetuating the criminality in Igbo land today, and since the time it all started, right, they are those politically sponsored criminals who have the backing of your Nigerian government and every Igbo state governor. Everywhere you have in those crises, all your governors are culpable. Each of your governor is culpable. They are those funding those killers, and they call them unknown because once they say unknown, it's easier to then say maybe they're IPOB. Yet they've got no proof other than what they say they see. I still 100% believe. You know why? If people we recorded live shooting people at Lekki, I was covering it. Go on to Maiyegun General Politico. It's a year that killing will be 1 year in another 16 days. Did you know that? 2010-20. We saw them on camera live, and they came out to deny it. So the same people are telling me, they are telling you that unknown gunmen are burning their station, burning this, burning that. And you believe that they are not the ones doing it to themselves. Maiyegun, are you saying that the Nigerian DSS are the one burning their properties? Yes, I am saying it to you. Yes, they are the ones. What makes you believe them? Because you think you have common sense that it's not possible, like, for them to do that? Oh, you must be so naive, honestly speaking. They will do anything and everything. We saw them live killing innocent people, and they denied it on camera. They came on TV everywhere. They said, no, there was no soldier there. There were some thugs who were shooting. No, they were not. The same people are now telling me that IPOB are those burning and killing people there. And you want me to believe that? Oh, come on. It's like them saying Boko Haram, as they always claim, yeah? They will say, the Boko Haram came to town, and they bombed police station, and they went to, and you'll be like, okay, well, Boko Haram are terrorists. So maybe they came in their 100. Then they say, unknown gunmen came in Sienna car with jerry can and petrol. And they were able to come, they will stay there for like an hour, and they will burn down a police station. No police, no military, no nothing will respond. Abba. In that Nigeria. In that place, in Eastern Nigeria. Now they are saying they want to go and do military exercise in Eastern Nigeria this month. You know what they want to go and do? They want to continue the genocide that they are carrying out right now. Ethnic cleansing is going on in Nigeria. And you know those who allowed it? Igbo governors, Igbo politicians. And people are now, you know what is trending now? It is becoming so clearer that the people they are blaming for what is going on in the East are not those behind it. IPOB has nothing to do with it, yeah? And guess what? People are beginning to now say, if you go to Eastern Nigeria now, they will say, have you blamed IPOB today? Say, no, I never blame IPOB today. Baba, you supposed to find something, may you blame IPOB. If your water no come out for house, na IPOB kosamo. If your electricity no turn on for Igbo land, na IPOB. If your husband no they do again, this is an IPOB custom. So today in Eastern Nigeria, people are now saying, have you blamed IPOB today? Even politicians that have failed, they are also blaming IPOB. Why are the roads so bad? Now IPOB. Why who are those people fighting in that hotel? Now because of IPOB. So people are now going about, they're asking, have you blamed IPOB today? Have you? I'm asking you, have you blamed them today? You should have now. Look around now. They want to make them the gaslighting objects for everything that is wrong. And you then begin to ask yourself, say, oh boy, if this ESN get this kind of power, make them finish the job now. What did they wait for? How come ESN can't go police station, bomb police station, carry gun, do that? On top waiting to do what? To prove what? If these guys ask this kind of, oh yeah, now you know what I'm talking about, right? If what they are trying to make you believe about IPOB, this guy didn't come around to come and fight government. It's the government that are fighting them. And it's so easier because Igbo governors, Igbo politicians are those who are funding and they're arming those killer men who are killing people for whatever, I mean, for their political assassinations going on right now. And it's going to escalate soon. Now they've set up the Eastern Nigeria. Boko Haram is sending their military down there. They said they want to go and do drilling. While Niger State, Adamawa, Yobe, Jigawa, Bauchi, Kano, Kaduna, Borno, Zamfara, and all these places have been completely overtaken by terrorists. Since the sponsor are the ones in government, yes, they can take the military exercise to the east. Do you know what who they want to go and look for? They want to go and look for unknown gunmen. But when they get there, they are not going to look for unknown gunmen. You will begin to see innocent people they will be massacring in their sleep, in their homes, women, children, kidnapping them, taking them away. Nnamdi Kanu is still in prison. You locked him up somewhere. You won't bring him out to face whatever charges you want to put before him. And then you continue to still kill the people that actually prompted Nnamdi Kanu to be doing what he is doing in the first place. The killings, the silent killing you were doing, the silent persecution and the crucifixion of the Igbo people that you have been doing for decades, even after no winner, no vanquish nonsense, right? That brought out Nnamdi Kanu. He is locked up now. You are doing all manner of injustice in that regard, and the killings continue. And you think that's actually going to be it? That's it, right? Whatever they turn Igbo land to, they will ask you to blame IPOB, okay? And some of you will find it very convenient to blame IPOB. Guess what? Even the Lagos Abobakus, the Lagos Agberos, the Oshogbo Alimajiris, all these unboot slaves, obedient fools, sophisticated morons of Lagos, these ass lickers, crumb chasers, crumb eaters, the all-risers in Lagos, they too, they have an opinion about IPOB. As Lagos roads are non-existent, Lagos Lagos is the mega slum, the mega shitty of Africa. They still blame IPOB for it. Do you know that? Because according to them, IPOB want their Tifnubu to die in order for their Tifnubu not to be president. So they blame IPOB. So don't worry. If you are indigenous people of Biafra, as you know, right? Don't be surprised that everybody is blaming you. You know why? You have been the greatest thing to happen to this generation. I don't know if I said that right, but it comes from my heart. Biafran struggle, the agitation, the enlightenment, the awareness, and everything that comes with it. I'm talking about your knit bonding. I mean, your knitted bonded posture, the level of your unity, the level of your closeness and support, the global your global appearance and the rest of that are the best things to happen to this generation. And the inspiration that people are gaining from that, getting more people to speak up and speak up about all the vices going on in that country, are the best thing to happen to this generation. So if everyone blames you please wear that blame as a shield of honor. You hand it. I am glad that I belong to this generation, and it is not a competition, right? It is not a competition. We are learning from one another, and we are facing our fear. We are threading where angels would dare not touch. We are facing those who never believed that a generation will come in their lifetime to give them the run for their money. We are challenging them on their own turf. We are spreading the crusade, the message that is bringing people together to say, yes, we can change our own world. It is not going to be a sprint or whatever you. It is going to be a total marathon that everybody will participate based on what they know, how much they know. This generation of fast fingers, the generation of tech savvies, is not supposed to be a generation caged and cowered together because of lack of information. Information is life, information is power, and here we are exploring it to the fullest. So I am proud of this generation, and to you, the Biafrans, let everybody blame you. Please let them blame you. Let them blame you. They would love to be you someday. I would love to be you someday. And that is why we may not be able to physically pay the same price you have paid, but in our hearts, we still believe that as long as Una live, as long as you exist, you live, people like us will do all we can to inspire the coming generation to continue this fight wherever we are going to stop. And that is something that I strongly believe will outlive those who are today's perpetrators and this gang up crook using this forced unity of Nigeria that they said is non-negotiable. This ideology of Biafra, ideology of Oduduwa nation, ideology of possibility of a southern Nigeria will outlive many of those that are telling us today that it's never going to happen. It is going to happen. And that's why this generation, a well-informed generation, will never, ever be like that of those before us. They say we are loud. We talk too much. We ask too many questions. All talk and the rest. The generation coming after us are not going to be patient enough. In fact, the generation behind us right now, they are not going to be as patient as ours. Just like those ones, the ones before us. The ones before us are kind of sober and, kind of a calmer before ours. My generation is a mix of both. The one coming after us will be brutal. They won't ask questions. They will deal with what they think they have to deal with. And at that time, you call it a completely lost cause to keep Nigeria. Do it with us now. We are those who are still reasonable. We are asking you, those of you who are benefiting from one Nigeria, since you can't really tell us what is that thing that is inspiring you, where are you getting your inspiration from? What is motivating you to defend Northern Nigeria and the terrorism you've come to know? What is making you think Nigeria can still stay together and work for whatever thing what is that thing? I want to know. You can't keep him locked up and expect this to go away. It is going to get really bad. I've told you, we've been told, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria from 2022. They'll finally put an end to your 2023 dream of them leaving power. And the only place they think they could carry that out presently is the southern Nigeria. There's already war going on. The civil war is just called civil war. It's going to be another genocide officially. As the Southerner, I'm calling on you, right? Look around you. Look around you. We have ourselves only. Defending Nigeria is like joining them to sign your death sentence. I don't want to be part of that. You should not be part of that. We should never be part of that. Tell your children the story of Nigeria. The story you told them about Nigeria is not true. Nigeria is not their place. Tell them who they are. Tell them where they come from. Let them have that spirit of a fight back and can do. Let them know that if they have anything to fight for, it should be for Biafra land. If they have anything to fight for at all, it should be for Yoruba land. If they have anything they want to fight for at all, make sure it is for the TV land. It is there for the Ijaw land. Fight for what they actually own, which is theirs, their inheritance and their heritage. Nigeria will take that away from them someday, and you won't be able to fight to get it back. Tell them about it. Let them know. Because what Nigeria is all about is to deceive us. They deceived us. They lied to us in their schools. They told us things that are not true. And they told us to defend those lies. Finding out those lies now are not just heartbreaking, disappointing. They are debilitating and depressing too. And we chose not to be depressed. Rather, we face it head on. My generation will continue to use every tool within our disposal to enlighten those who are before us, those of us, and those after us. Because if not, humanity is doomed with these characters having access to power and then putting barrier on your ways, on my path, on your path, simply because we are part of Nigeria. Whatever they call it, gang up or anything, trust me, if there's any time we need ourselves, if there's anything to prepare for, is the uncertainty that is certain from December 2021. 2022 is going to be tough, and it's because they have orchestrated it that way. Don't let anybody tell you to turn to God and go and pray. Please, when we begin the process of going further than just talking like you see right here, please, let us be prepared. Be prepared, though. Be prepared, though. I don't know how to put it for you. The what do you call it? Facebook is not back. WhatsApp is not back either. So we are not going to take calls tonight. I'm going to read my comments later. Hopefully, I'm going to see what that thing is that will really, really motivate you, inspires you to continue to defend the Cornflakes for Jihad, Boko Haram sponsor, who are now in government. You watched the video yesterday, didn't you? Trust me, even if you are lying to yourselves before, you need to begin to tell yourselves the truth. Tell your children the truth. Don't lead them into a danger that will kill them in the future. You don't want to raise those children only to end up being murdered by either the system or those who are they call them non-state actors from the system. System-sponsored non-state actors to kill your child. It will happen because Nigeria is modeled to kill you. And unless you change that, trust me, it's never going to change. And what do you call it? We keep saying it. If 80% of you, in fact, if just 40% of us from southern Nigeria should have the true pictures of what is going on in northern Nigeria and what they are really doing to damage everything Nigeria, yeah? If 40% of you know, you will be on the street tomorrow morning asking for Nigeria to break up. Asking Nigeria to break up doesn't make you an enemy. Some idiot will go on social media and be like, why do you want to break up this country? I am not the one who wants to break up the country. Listen, if you are smart enough, you will realize that even those of us who are outside Nigeria asking Nigeria to break up is because that's the only thing that could probably keep people alive without without getting killed by the system that is meant to kill them. We are staying abroad, yeah? Yes, we do. Yes, we are. And guess what? Your economy is being run by us. Our money run Nigeria economy. Yes, I don't give you money directly, of course, I don't. But the reason why you have not turned to Venezuela, the reason why most of you, even though you think you have money, the reason why you have not started eating yourselves, kidnapping yourselves and cutting yourselves into pieces to cook for food is simply because We still have over 10 million of people like myself living outside Nigeria who remit back over $30 billion every year. That money stays in your economy. Keep some people in job. Get some people some food. You know what I mean? Keep the system running while your politicians steal the money. Loot wherever they sell or take from you outside the country. Do you get that now? So somebody like me cares so much about life that every time I read everywhere that one soul is cut short or killed, it makes me feel like, how on earth do you still have a president? How on earth do you still have people parading themselves as your leaders and political office holders? How on earth do you still have people parading themselves as military chiefs and intelligence officers? How on earth? So if I could feel like that, what do you think should be done, right? When those who are killing you, those who are kidnapping you, collecting ransoms from you, are roaming free, you turn around and you said, people like me are trying to break up Nigeria. No, the people breaking up Nigeria are the people who failed to stop terrorists who are killing people and sending people into refugee camps, making people lose their own ancestral homes and turn out to become homeless in their own country. They became refugees in their own country, completely abandoned by the government. Yeah, those who are doing that are the people breaking up Nigeria, not me. I am only asking them to do it peacefully. Do it peacefully. Let people go their way peacefully so that they can protect themselves peacefully. All this so conditioning and all these killings can stop. Since Nigeria can protect them, let them go in peace. That is not me coming up to say, oh, I'm the one who is breaking up Nigeria. No. Boko Haram is breaking up Nigeria. And you may be so foolish enough not to see it. I understand. Buhari idiots are not just blind. They are deaf too, as much as they are dumb too. You say deaf, dumb, and blind. Three things that shouldn't happen to any human being, no matter how sad life can be. But for a Buhari idiot, they have eyes, they don't see. They have hands, they can use. They have mouth, they can talk. They are pretty much like statues, program moved about by their own, by their slave masters. Listen, people like us are asking, do it peacefully, save lives, stop the killing, stop the bloodshed, stop the kidnapping. Children being subjected into these kidnapping experiences. These are not projecting anything good for the country. No future for that. Look at those children traumatized for life. Nobody's even attending to them. People like us want that to stop. That's why we said the leaders of thought, responsible people should come together and begin the conversation on how to peacefully break up this country to save lives. And if that worries you, well, don't blame me. I value life. And I think yours is a valuable one too. I wouldn't want to see yours taken away from you just any time. Same way the lives of those they are taking in Nigeria today are being snapped from them, just like that. I wouldn't want that to happen to you. And that is why I'm saying, break up Nigeria to save lives, stop the war, stop the bloodshed, and arrest Buhari. I want to visit Buhari. I would love to visit him in Hague when he's finally arrested for war crime against humanity, and all of other things that we have filed at different international courts all over the world now. I would love to visit them there. Malamu and Buratai the butcher should stop the killings. Please stop the killings. Thank you very much. And to my friends on YouTube, we were just here tonight. We didn't go on Facebook. So now that you are here, before you go, give me that thumb up under that video. Somebody said WhatsApp is back. That's great. Let me check. I'm sorry. I've used all your time. We won't take calls. Even though if WhatsApp is back, I won't be taking your calls because I've expended all the time. No, WhatsApp is not back. It's not. By the time you are watching this video tomorrow, maybe it will be back. However, I'm going to see you again tomorrow. Give me that thumb up under the video, right? And you can still share the video when the WhatsApp is back, when Facebook is back. And I'm going to rerun the video as well on Facebook whenever Facebook is back. I'm going to rerun it live with the same date. It may be tomorrow morning. So you may use that as your own rewatch. But before you go, right, subscribe on Maiyegun General Politico. Take me over where we are now, if you can. for those who haven't subscribed. Thank you very much, and I'm going to see you some other time. Stay safe, and avoid Nigeria. Good night.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Prẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lé ibo níṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti